Hello and welcome to the very first Liz Only video. This is part of our Q&A series. These little shorts are going to run alongside our main video, which comes out every Thursday. So if you have any comments or you have any questions and you'd like us to answer them, please put them in the comments below and we'll see what we can do. Keep watching to the end and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about live broadcasts. So for this video, I've chosen a question that was put to us by Cass Ritchie. What advice would you give woman to woman before visiting Malaysia if you're from a more European or American culture? It's a really good question, Cass, and I think perhaps not just applicable to women. Generally, I think we should all have a little bit of an idea about what to expect before we go to a country. So do what I do, go on Google, do a bit of questioning, get on some forums, just get a taste of what you're likely to expect. But of course, women specifically, there are certain things that we need to think about. In his question, Cass goes on to talk about particular things that concern his wife. So first of all, she wonders whether it's suitable to wear tank tops in Malaysia. Generally, the way we dress as women can really affect the way we are perceived in the countries that we visit. We might be very used to wearing quite casual and quite revealing clothes if we're from the West or from Europe, say, or Australia or America. But in some of these Southeast Asian countries, it's a little bit different. Malaysia is a mixed bag of multiculturalism. The biggest population is Malay, and then we have Chinese and we have Indians. So all these three different cultures amalgamate into what we know as Malaysia. Islam is the dominant religion, but there's also a very big Buddhist population, and you will also find Christians in Malaysia. Of course, religion does shape a culture, so it's a good idea to know what the dominant religions are in each of these countries that you're about to visit. Since we started this new way of life, we've lived in predominantly Muslim countries, but they do vary quite a lot across the globe. Turkey was very laid back and you could pretty much get away with what you like. But once we went across the Med and we started in Egypt and headed east, I had to really start thinking about what I was wearing. And I have to say, pretty much until we arrived in Thailand, I was fairly conservative in the way I dressed. I'd cover up certainly my shoulders and the top parts of my arms. I wouldn't wear very short shorts and I wouldn't have a very open top. You can, in some of these countries, do that, but you might find that you don't get the respect that you would like. And it's just much easier to go along with their way of dressing. And I'm not saying you have to wear a full abaya or even wear a headscarf, but just be a little bit careful about what you wear. And I do this in Malaysia. I do cover up. I don't really have very low necks. I never would wear a tank top, perhaps unless I was by the beach or in a very touristy area. I wear shorts, but they're longer shorts and perhaps not the tightest shorts imaginable. So with Muslim cultures generally, it's about not revealing the female form. So you could wear a high neck top and you could wear a long sleeve top, but if it's absolutely skin tight and showing off all your curves, that's just as unacceptable. So just have a think about that. One of Cass's wife's other concern is if it's okay to speak. Now, I think what you mean by that, Cass, is it okay for women to talk to the locals? I have to say I've never been to a single country where I haven't felt that I can talk to locals. It's not a problem so far, and in Malaysia it's not a problem at all. They speak really good English in Malaysia. It's taught in the schools from a very young age, and quite often it's a language that unites the three different strands of Malay, Chinese and Indian. The next one is money. You ask if it's okay to carry money. Well, to be honest with you, I wouldn't go anywhere without some money. I think you need a bit of cash on you. Just as I wouldn't go anywhere around Europe or anywhere else in the world without any money. Malaysia's no different. So have an ATM card. Have some kind of debit card so you can just get the local cash out, and do carry cash on you. It's not a problem. The crime rate in Malaysia doesn't seem to be very high, well, certainly in our experience. So keep money on you, keep it securely on you as you would at home, and perhaps don't walk around with great wads of money. But yeah, carrying money as a woman, not a problem. And the final thing I'm asked by Cass is eye contact. Is it okay to make direct eye contact for women? Yes, Malaysia is fine. I've not really had a problem. I can look directly at men or women. I can communicate with both. There's no offence in looking directly at somebody. So eye contact, absolutely fine. It really is fine. And along with the eye contact, perhaps a little smile. A smile takes you a long way. So I really recommend having a smile on your face. Just think about it. Be open, look at people in the eye, and you'll get a really great response. The only place we've been where eye contact has been a slight problem is India. We were there for quite a few years, and I noticed fairly soon that when I was talking to men, they would look away, and perhaps on occasion they would actually reply to Jamie and not directly to me. And I found that quite offensive and rather arrogant from my, quite feminist Western views. So I looked it up and did a bit more research, and I discovered that in many of the Indian cultures, not in all of them because India is a great mishmash of cultures, but it's quite common for men not to look at women because they regard that as a challenge and something that is rude. So in fact, when Indian men are not looking at you, they're actually being really polite. So to sum up then, Malaysia is a pretty progressive Asian country. Multicultural, English speaking, very easy to get around. So I would have no hesitation saying come to Malaysia. Be respectful as you would be anywhere in terms of dress. Sure, on the beach wear a bikini, some shorts, maybe a sarong, something like that. It's not a problem at all. You will see Muslim women covered from head to toe, but there are plenty who are not. And certainly the Chinese women do wear very little quite a lot of the time. So just think, really, I would think a bit like home, really. You wouldn't go to, say, Bloomingdale's in New York or Harrods in London wearing a bikini. It would not be quite acceptable. I don't know, maybe you do, but I wouldn't. I would wear something a little bit smarter than that. And I think the same thing goes in Malaysia. So if you're a woman alone, I would give you the same advice as I would give you anywhere in the world. Avoid late nights and dark alleyways. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this interesting and of some use to you. Don't forget, add any more comments and any questions below, and do share out your own experiences. This should be something that we talk about together, and perhaps we can all learn something from each other. So as I mentioned earlier, we are talking about having regular live broadcasts. And if you're interested and you'd like to be involved in the live real-time conversation with us, sign up to our mailing list. This is the best way of getting the most advanced warning on what we're planning to do and whether we're going to be doing it on YouTube, Facebook, or even Instagram. We're testing, we're working out best ways of doing it at the moment. So sign up to the mailing list, get notifications, join in the live debate with us, hopefully every week. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That means that you will be the first to know when we've uploaded and be the first to comment. Peace and fair winds.